Good morning everyone. It is 6:30. Just been sorting some stuff out in the tent. Unfortunately some water got into the tent last night and I don't know how. It did rain a lot, but these are supposed to be waterproof, so I ended up lying in a puddle of water, which means that my puffer jacket is wet, which is not good, but I'm hoping it's not too bad and that it'll kind of dry out before later today when I'm gonna need it again. I'm gonna go grab some coffee and some food. I think that is the only way I'm going to be heating up right now, and so that's very important to me. I'm going to be setting off for race briefing at 8 and then setting off for the race at 8:15. As you can tell, I'm extremely tired. Oh, and in terms of how I feel, my legs are much better than expected. My tendons, so like all the things that hold everything together, are a little bit worse than expected. So I'm hoping that doesn't mean incoming injuries, and I'm hoping it just is because they've been overworked, which is unsurprising. So we'll see. Today starts with a big climb, but it's just a hike basically. I can't run it, so I will just be hiking and hopefully my legs will warm up into the day.
Some of the course isn't on trail. We take you off a beaten path. So once you're up here and you're around, keep your eyes for the flags.
3, 2, 1. Everyone, 2.7 kilometers done on day 2. Suddenly got a very northerly wind. It's very cold, but we had a massive climb out of camp. I say massive, it was 2.6k out of camp this morning. Very reminiscent of MCC, except not 17 kilometers, but a bit boggier as well. Lots of rivers. Woo! Lots of nearly falling over. We've been going uphill for nearly 9 kilometers. Obviously it's my first multi-stage. I had no idea how my body would react to this. Turns out I'm very tired. Just trying to keep moving forwards and eventually, hopefully, there'll be a finish line. That is the goal. I've had my first gel Lucha Dietos block and feel a bit better for that, but I am broken. Don't know if you guys can see, but that's everyone climbing up, zigzagging, all a bit spread out now, not surprisingly. That's the view behind. I have a feeling once we're over this mountain, I might get some sunshine, which would be nice because my feet are numb. It's a steep hill, very steep. This is like a horrible version, even more horrible version of VO2 max test. Just gets steeper and steeper. And this is what the Alps would look like if it was a bog. Pretty cool, eh? Impossible underfoot. Sort of the sporadic twisting of ankles, falling on your bottom, tripping over your poles, falling smack on your face, that sort of vibe. The whole thing so far has been a bog. A literal, excuse my language, a literal bog. Whew, great fun. The sun has come out. Woohoo! Good news for me and my soggy feet. Not that they're getting dry anytime soon. Whole route is a river. It is not a path. But I'm feeling a bit more perky after 2 bits of food and lots of nice views and a bit of downhill, really. I always feel perky on the downhills. This is the current view. I just can't get over it, really. I mean, literally, I literally can't get over the hills. But also the views. Nice. So apparently we're supposed to cross this river. I mean, there's not even a bank. This is such a joke. Woo! Sorry, that was very loud. Me! It's quite fast. Got my GoPro out, a big mistake. It's actually quite strong. This is the sort of thing that I would recommend people not to do. And yet, here we are. Oh my goodness, that is cold. Right. There they are. That was extremely fresh. Checkpoint 1! Hi! Sorry, I'm not running up this hill. Filmingception, I feel okay, thank you. Very, very damp.
Hey, well done. First ladies.
Woo! Cal Surprise. Woo! Sun is shining. We are 3 hours 38 in and wait a second. Too many screen. 16.85 kilometers in. No pace. It's because we've stopped. And we're still going up. We've been going up for hours. And we're going up for some more hours. Probably. And it's still bog, in case you were wondering. Because that's all there is in Scotland. Isn't that right?
That's all there is.
All there is. Can't stop filming because everything's so beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, 11 miles, that's nice. 2 miles until halfway in that case. I'm just plodding down another river. I went over on my ankle yesterday about, I don't know, like 16 kilometers in or something, quite early on. And then we went through a lot of ice water, so I couldn't really feel it. And I think that actually helped. But today I can definitely feel it. It's a little bit niggly, like there's a lot more uneven terrain today. I mean, that seems impossible considering yesterday, but it's not very runnable. And when you do try to run, your feet have to like do micro stabilizations every single step. And dear Lord, there are a lot of steps. So yeah, I think it's struggling a little bit. I'm hoping though that it holds up until the end,
because tomorrow is very hilly but much shorter, so doesn't need to do so much tomorrow. Maybe anyway, I'm gonna focus on not falling down this hill. Every hill I crest over I have to film because it's so blooming beautiful. Look at that. I mean, I don't know, tell me, if you're from abroad, like somewhere sunny maybe, somewhere nice, do you think that this is beautiful, or do you think it looks desolate and bleak? Because I think it's a bit of both, but I think the beauty is in the desolation and bleakness in a way. Anyway, I think it's absolutely stunning, absolutely love it. It's not so nice when it's rainy, but at the moment we are lucking out with the weather, and yeah, I mean the views, look at it, you can actually see things. I think when they recce'd this in August, it rained for the entire time, and they were like, there's supposed to be nice views, but we couldn't see them, so this is the first time we're seeing them, and they did not disappoint. As you can tell, I've given up going on the rocks because all of me is very wet and most of me is covered in cow poo or deer poo, some sort of poo, it smells of poo. And so I'm just going straight through the water to clean off my shoes and my legs, my knees, and now we're going uphill again. This is another example of their reforesting efforts, and that is the deer fence there, and my friend. So that keeps the deer out because deer like to eat young saplings, which means that they can't grow into these big things. So yeah, they're reforesting large swathes of it, and it helps the wildlife. Halfway! Are you delighted about that? Ecstatic! Ecstatic! Ecstatic. Whoop, whoop. I have an ankle pain, and so I'm getting a K-tape on my ankle to replace the tendon that's not functioning. Maybe? No. To hold my foot on my leg. Okay, what actually are we doing?
So you do a traction bit, and then it basically holds, stops. It kind of just is a support mechanism.
Okay.
So it just should help you not twist it so much, as opposed to
that's good.
replacing the tendon, which is medically
It's an exotendon.
impossible.
It's like an exoskeleton of tendon.
So we do. So you basically do a loose bit.
Yeah.
Of it is like a traction, and then you traction it up the K-tape, as opposed. And you try and get as minimal creases cause blisters.
Ah, yes, don't want that.
So you want it to traction, and that gives you the extra stretch up.
Yeah. Okay, great.
And then try and just get as smooth as possible, because the creases, you don't want anywhere to blister.
Beautiful.
And then the other thing to think about as well is sweating, because so tape on tape sticks better.
Okay,
so you can then add support tape across.
Yeah.
That will definitely hold this bit across.
Yeah.
Because if you just do one bit of tape, it can peel quite easily.
Okay.
And the other bit that's important as well is rounding your corners.
Yes. So it doesn't.
Pointy corners catch.
Yes.
So
when
when
they come
pointed,
off.
yeah.
Yeah. Very sensible. Thank you very much.
Basically the rest.
So we are 27 kilometers in. I'm still here with Amy, who has been very supportive. She even gave me some paracetamol when I was being a wuss. Amy, can you introduce yourself and what you do and who you are?
Hi, I'm Amy. I'll call myself, I'm an ultra runner.
Woo! Yes, you are.
So I've been doing running for maybe 10 years. I just got into ultras in the last maybe couple of years. I've not done too many. So this is all new, and this multi-day running is very new. It's my first ultra multi-day event, so very exciting, and delighted to be here in this beautiful place to do it.
Well, you're doing fab. And you are delightfully positive. It's very helpful for me when I'm feeling like crap.
Chocolate and hard help keep that going.
Yeah. And what sort of other races do you usually do then if this is your first multi-stage?
So I've done single day marathons, a single day ultra, have done triathlon in the past. The bike's not my best friend.
You and I both.
Swimming.
Nice.
But, yeah, I gave it a try and it was all good part of the journey, I guess, to get here to more endurance-based events.
Lovely. And how did you get into then ultras? Like, what made you decide to do something this obscene?
I think it was like nice to, after, when I first started running, it was more about getting your sort of 10k and then getting a time for your 10k and then trying to better that.
Yep.
And then I thought, it's actually more of a challenge and I can slow down a bit.
Yep.
And so looked at longer distance. Yeah, and once I'd done a marathon, I thought, I could go a few more miles.
Nice.
Got that in the leg, so, yeah.
I don't think anyone ever thinks at the end of a marathon I could go a few more miles. That's very unusual.
Maybe I wasn't running fast enough, obviously.
I love that. And what sort of kit are you wearing today? What do you rate?
So Innovate X Talon trainers are my absolute go-to for trails.
Yeah.
I've had a few pairs of them now, so I've got a couple of pairs that I can knit with for alternate between at home. I've tried the Mudclaws as well, but the X Talon seem to suit me better. 2XU trousers.
Love them.
Comfy.
Yep, I wore those yesterday.
Yeah, they're nice and supportive as well. And then base layers of like for merino wool for this
Nice.
event, just for the wasn't sure how
Extra
cold.
warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the sweat away. And it's just a Decathlon pack I'm wearing.
And you got your fanny pack. Giant bum bag. Love it. I'm also wearing camelback, so very nice. Love it. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your company today. It was fantastic.
Just under 30 kilometers in, we've been doing a very long slog of bog. Now our instruction has been follow the pylons. Oh, look, a flag, but not ours, not our flag. So we are following the pylons, which ruins the view slightly, but at least we know where we're going, which is a first really. And this is where we're going. Amazing. Look at that. We are 36 kilometers in, just over, heading around this beautiful loch, and apparently we've got one little hill, one maybe big hill, one hill, until we hit the track that we came up on from camp, which means a bit of downhill hobbling. Speaking of, the foot is okay, so it's been strapped up, had a couple of paracetamol, and if it starts to hurt more, I'll have a couple more. I would usually think pain, obviously it's saying something, don't mask pain, but I don't think I'll get to the end if I don't mask the pain. So in a race scenario, now this is a race, obviously just a run, I am very much condoning the use of painkillers to an extent. Obviously not ibuprofen because it is heavy on the kidneys, which are already under a lot of pressure when you're doing long distance running. Probably because of dehydration, don't actually know. But anyway, no ibuprofen, just paracetamol every 4 hours if necessary. This is where we're running at the moment. Absolutely stunning, as with all other parts of this run. I can see camp a long way below. I don't know if you guys can see them. The tents are fairly camouflaged, but you can see the massive marquee maybe. This means we are nearly home. We're now coming up the route that coming down the route that we ran up / hiked very slowly in a death march up. And it's pretty gnarly route wise, but we're nearly there. A full smack on my face, it's not too far until the nearest medics. and my foot still kills, but I'll be able to put them up soon. Take some more painkillers and rest, eat, the usual. So I will just film this last little bit coming in and try not to fall smack on me face again. Oh, I'm going to be run over by a tractor at the finish line. In we go! Past the loos. Yeah, boy! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you very much. Oh, get it! Yeah, 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 yeah! Well done. We're back. Very good day today. I feel a lot less tired than I felt yesterday, probably because we were significantly slower today. We did almost 10 kilometers less, like 8 kilometers less, and went nearly, I think, like 45 minutes over the time that I took yesterday. So it was a little bit slower. The terrain today was tough. Terrain yesterday was tough, but included more runnable sections, whereas today it was like tough constantly, which was okay. It kind of worked for me actually because I was very tired, so it was nice to be able to take it really easy. Just hear the next runners coming in now. It's great. I'm gonna go and support them in a bit with some food. No, the food's mine, not for them, but I will be sitting there with my food, supporting them. Yeah, came in first woman today, which I'm very, very pleased with, and Amy and I ran basically for the entire thing, which was just amazing. I feel very lucky to have come across her because I was struggling quite a lot when my foot was hurting. I don't really know how it is now, to be honest, because I've not moved at all, but it's difficult. Like, I can cope with being tired. That's kind of par for the course with one of these. I say one of these like I've done these all the time. I haven't, but you know, you expect to be tired running a long way. But injuries are kind of very disheartening, especially if you think, oh, maybe I won't be able to finish, which I did. Like, it was hurting kind of from the off, but as soon as we got into the boggy bits at like 12k in or something, it was really hurting, and by 20k in I was like, I genuinely don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this. So that was a bit depressing mentally, even though physically, obviously, I made it, so my foot could cope. But very pleased to get strapping on it. I will redo the strapping tonight and keep off my feet and put my feet up and eat lots of food, because that feels like a good thing to do. Speaking of, right now I'm going to have porcini mushroom risotto, which is one of the fire pot ones, as you can see. 830 calories. This is the most calorific of them all mine, and obviously I'm going to need this one today. I'm going to have some electrolytes. These are just the most transportable ones that I've got. And then I'm probably going to have a porridge after I'm done as a sort of high protein snack. I ate quite a lot today, which is good, and feel much better for it as well. So, brill. Gonna go fill this up and cheer in the rest of the runners.
He asked me if I would come on to talk about Black Lives Matter, but also to talk about the fact that what he had noticed was that over the 10 years or so of him running his events, he could count on one hand the number of black participants who had taken part. I always thought James was really good at remembering names, because he remembered my name as soon as he met me. I saw him again later and he's like, oh, how you doing, Sonny? And now I know it's just because I was only one of 5 black people who have ever been in this event.
Flora here in the dark, tuning in at 5 to 10. About to go to bed. Had lots and lots and lots of dinner, which was very good, and had some amazing talks this evening as well. 3 different talks, one from a visually impaired athlete talking about his ascent of El Cap and finding out that he was going blind aged 34. One from a guy who talks about biomechanics and running and racing and all that kind of stuff. And one from my friend Sunny, who runs Black Trail Runners, who are an amazing organisation. And he spoke about why it's needed, and thought they were all really good. It's so cool to be able to have talks while you're in here at the evening as well, because obviously like people are hanging around for quite a long time, and yeah, it gets people talking, which is great. I've just been listening to my audio book, what I talk about when I talk about running, what I mean when I talk about running, something like that. It's really good, better than my remembering the name suggests, and just been listening to that for the last half an hour with my feet up, and now I'm going to go to sleep. Race tomorrow doesn't start until 10 a.m. so we have a bit of time. Unfortunately, the weather tomorrow is looking horrendous, more horrendous than yesterday, more horrendous than today. Obviously, both of which ended up really lovely for the most part. So the afternoon looks the worst, so the quicker we can get it done, the better, really. Which is going to be interesting with this foot. Going to get some sleep, then I'm going to be up bright and early, / probably 7-ish, 7:30 maybe. To put some food on and eat. Alrighty, night night.